Welcome back, everyone. First, I'd like to talk about credits in the WeatherMage system. Credits are like a currency that we use for trading in the system. When you first log in, the system creates a new account for you and automatically gives you 1,000 credits to trade with. Now, whenever you do a trade, the system will set aside 100 credits for every contract that you trade as a margin. This is called margining, and it's normal in all derivatives trading. And remember, weather has no underlying that you can buy and hold, so it's all derivatives. So the 1,000 credits that you start off with are enough to do a few trades, but if you want to follow along with me and trade the 5 contracts in each city, like I did in the last video, I highly suggest you purchase more credits. I don't charge much for credits. The smallest package is just $3 for 5,000 of them. And from that $3, after you take out the payment processing fee, I plan to save 25% of it to start a new fund to help people who are adversely affected by weather events. The remaining goes to the database and hosting costs, which should cover a user for about 6 months. And that's it. So as you can see, I'm not planning to make any money from selling credits. It's more important to me that I educate people about this market and climate change as I'm doing it. With that said, I want to go back and explain weather curves a bit more. As you can remember from the last video, I was buying in cities where the market was trading below my curve and selling in cities where it was trading above. But what exactly does that mean, to buy below and sell above a curve? Well, let's look at an example. This is a hypothetical Novi-March cat index for some city that we're going to trade. Let's say the range of cats in this index ran from 0 to 2,000. And let's say you ran your statistics and it showed that the best estimate for where the Novi-March cat is going to land is going to be 1,000. So your unbiased curve is smack in the middle and starts at 1,000. Now it's really important that you recognize what I just said, that this is where it starts, this is where your curve starts. In other words, this is pre-season, because your unbiased curve is going to change as you go into the season. And we'll go through this later. So let's get back to our example. We have our hypothetical Novi-March index. We also have our curve at 1,000, right in the middle. Let's say the market for this index happens to be bid at 999 and offered at 1,001, or asked at 1,001. It's a pretty tight market with only a 2-degree spread. And as you can see, I colored the area above the market in yellow and below the market in purple. So it should be really clear that if you buy this market, you're betting that the index is going to settle in the yellow. And if you sell this market, you're betting that it's going to land in the purple. So here's some trading jargon that you'll have to learn and know as we go along. First, if you want to buy a market, you're going to lift it. Some traders will say, lift the offer. And if you want to sell a market, you're going to hit it. And some traders will say, hit the bid. So in this case, the market is right on your curve. There's an equal chance that's going to land above or below. Now, what would happen if the market were to trade above your curve? Say this market was bid 1320 and offered at 1321. Your curve is still at 1,000, so the market's trading way above. So what do you do here? Well, you'd want to hit the bid and sell the market, because the purple area is much larger than yellow, and therefore you have a much higher probability that the index is going to land in a purple area. And what if the market were to trade below your curve, like so? Say the market was 850 bid and offered at 851. Well, in this case the yellow area is larger than the purple, so you want to lift the offer and buy it. Because if you do this, there's a higher probability that the index will land in the yellow because it's larger. And if it does this, you're going to profit from the trade. I suggest that you watch that part of this video again, because you'll start to understand something really important. And that's this. The core of what you have to do as a weather trader is that you have to use the market to get you into positions that give you a statistical edge against your unbiased curve. And you have to build a portfolio of trades to do just that. Because like I mentioned earlier, your unbiased curve is going to start moving as we get into the season and actual readings start coming in. And at the end of the season, you'll see that your constantly updating unbiased curve will actually converge to where the index is going to eventually settle. So let's do some trades to kind of like apply what we just learned. I'm going to do something interesting here. I'm going to pull up the NWS 6 to 10 day and see what it's projecting for the US here. So it looks like Texas, Chicago are going to be pretty warm in the next 6 to 10 days, and while the West is going to be cool. So let's see what we can do given this forecast. See, Chicago is going to be warm, and if Chicago is trading above our curve, so let's sell that. 5 contracts. Okay, so we have a short in Chicago. Now let's look at the West was cool, so it's gonna be less degree days. So I'm sorry, the West is cool, so it's gonna be more degree days, more HDDs. So let's go to Los Angeles, and it's trading above, so it's better just to wait for the market to get closer to curve. So I guess it's the only trade I'm gonna do now, given the forecast. We're already in the season. We're gonna get updates. Our curve's gonna be updated when the actual temperatures come in, and we'll just wait a couple of days to see how this one turns out. Okay. Remember, we shorted Chicago based on a forecast of it being warmer, so we'll go from there. So thank you very much for watching this video. The biggest thing I want you to walk away with is this. So what you have to do in order to be a successful weather trader is to always watch the market and use the market to get you into trades that give you an edge relative to your curve. So from here on out, I'm going to build on this idea by showing you some of the tools I built into WeatherMage, and of course, some trading strategies. So we'll see you then, okay?